Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Yeah, Veronica's a married woman, and Jughead and I haven't dated for 7 years, so I think it's okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, good.
They are so cute. What the heck? We don't deserve them. We don't deserve them. So, after many retries and a day later, I'm finally here to give my thoughts on Riverdale episode 5 of season 5, entitled The Homecoming, and wow. Guys, wow. That episode was good on its own, but of course there's this one particular scene that everybody's talking about that, yeah, that happened, but we're going to talk about that later. That's why I had so much trouble rewatching the whole episode, like the episode as a whole, because of that particular scene, but we're going to talk about that later in its own segment. For now, we're just going to talk about the other key moments that happened in this episode besides that moment. We're just going to start with the gang finding out that Riverdale has been losing their funding due to like the students and teachers leaving for Stonewall Prep, and Hiram's reign over everything and wanting to turn the town into his own personal city, like connecting it with Sodo and everything. And yeah, he won the majority vote, so they are going to go through with it, and Riverdale is no more. Even though, yeah, it'll still be known as Riverdale to me and other people, of course, but and the rest of the people in the town, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that happened. Also, we got to see the return of Polly. Polly has been working with the Ghoulies and like some shady stuff. But even though she has been providing for like the family and everything, it's still some shady stuff that she's getting into. I just feel bad for Polly at this point. But yeah, by the end of the episode, she has been taken, or at least running away from the trash bag killer. And yeah, on another note, I'm glad that Betty and Polly were talking until everything went sour. But yeah, the conversation that they had before everything turned sour was it was alright. Like Betty generally does care for Polly's well-being, and even though with the clapbacks and everything from Polly and Betty respectively and stuff, like Betty still cares for her sister. And Polly probably still cares about Betty too, but it's just, with everything that happened, it's just, a sour lead in the sour, I guess, form of their relationship and that lot. So, it's interesting to see that, I guess, since they're now older, And yeah, Alice is there with the twins. And we got to see the twins for the first time, I think, since ages ago, and they're grown up. I think they're, like, around 10 years old. But yeah, we got to see a glimpse of them. Also, we got to see Jughead. Jughead is still struggling with his writer's block, as well as the debt collector situation. And we got to see him interact with Tabitha this episode. Like, yeah. I like Tabitha. I really do. And, yeah, it's just... It'll be interesting to go forward with that relationship, I guess, because they're going to be talking more, especially if you see the promo, which we'll talk about in its own segment. They are talking about the Mothman, which I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I did say, I think, in my Riverdale Ramblings episode of, like, graduation, they're still going to keep that Riverdale twang, even though, like, the show is different now, like a whole different, like, rebranding, like a refresh, it's still going to keep that Riverdale sort of essence that was in, like, the previous 4 seasons. I'm just like, Mothman? Really? I don't know. But anyway, it'll be nice to see them talk next episode anyway, as well as in this episode, because she did give him a job at Pops and everything, and she did help him out. So you know what? Props to her. And yeah, that led to like Pop's retirement party, and Jughead wrote a really good speech for that. It was really good. But then it ended up, he sent it to the agent, and then the agent was like, yeah, they liked it, and talking about all of that. And so, yeah, Jughead's probably going to be writing about his friends again, just to get out of his debt. Yikes. But yeah, he still, he doesn't want to do it. Of course he doesn't want to do it, but he felt like he had no choice because, they were pressuring him and everything. So, it's a sad situation for him. We also got Veronica this episode, and Veronica's storyline is with Chad, and Chad is following her and cutting off her bank stuff, her, bank accounts and stuff. So that led to Veronica cutting it off with him. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna get a divorce, or they're just breaking it off for now, because Chad does come back next episode. I think, yeah, like unexpectedly comes back. So, you know, I mean, I knew he was gonna come back because of course he's not gone. Like, you know, they're still married. But yeah, it's just, yeah, that storyline happened. Not my favorite storyline this episode, but you know, Veronica has stuff to do. You know, each main character has their own story to do. And speaking of a main character, Tony, the Tony Chronicles continues, and I love Tony. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm always going to be all over the place in these ramblings. But Tony, this episode, like, she continues to shine throughout this, but, like, I love her. I love Tony in this episode. Like, she has a contributing factor, and she's helping out with, like, the school and everything. She has intel in the school, and she's, like, playing an active role, and I love that for her. I love that for Tony. And, yeah, Vanessa is knocking it out of the park once again. So, I think I'm just going to keep saying that every time Tony appears, because I just love how she has more of an active role, and yeah, I'm glad she's contributing more to the plot. I'm really glad. And yeah, also, you know, her conversation with Cheryl as well, near the end of the episode. Cheryl helped with the privatization, is that the right word? Of, Riverdale High, since she funded it. And it's so good. And the line that Tony said, like, you know, if you're not going to do it for, you know, I think it's not going to do it for the school or the town or whatever, do it for me. And I'm just like, oh. Yeah, she still does care. Like, Tony still does care about their relationship and just her, like, Cheryl in general. And so does she. Like, so does Cheryl, but as I said, I think previous episodes, or the previous episode, Cheryl is a former like a shell of her former self due to everything that's going on with her, and you know, rebuilding her family's name and everything. It just took a lot out of her, and yeah, like, dang, you know, like, hopefully Cheryl and Tony will reconnect soon and have that spot that they once had. You know, I don't know, like, even as friends, like, I don't mind, as you know, because they still care about each other. It's just everything that's going on really took a toll on them, and it's just, you know, I'm just glad for the individual Tony development at this point. So I'm glad they broke it off at least. But yeah, it's one of those things. And what else can I talk about before? The Ghoulies. Yeah, the Ghoulies got knocked out of Archie's house, and that whole scene was great. And them just kicking butt. I love that. And I think that's a perfect way to lead in to the Archie Diaries. Holy wow! So the Archie Diaries really kicked off this episode. It kicked off and it has a new chapter. Wow. I have no words. No, I have words, but like, when I first saw that scene, wow. But we're going to talk about the things before that. Like, I just love them interacting. I really do. Like the scene with them at the window and just them interacting, and Betty talking about how her and Kevin used to look out of the window just to see him shirtless and everything. I'm just like, dang. And he was laughing at that. I'm just like, oh no. I just love them. I love them. And just them talking, like, in general, and the couple scenes before that where they were planning to raid Archie's house and stuff, like, oh. And the scene where they're in the house and like Betty and Archie touch backs, and then Archie, but I'm gonna get emotional. And then it leads to, I mean, it's not my favorite, but it's my second favorite scene in the episode. Just them talking and them cleaning the house, and then the tension builds, and then boom! Like, as soon as Archie suggests about the shower, boom! They're gone. They're gone. Is at this point. Wow! I am. Dang. Wow. Just, no words can explain. I have a little bit of a confession. I'm not prone to sex scenes in this show. I don't like the sex scenes in this show. There's Choni is the only exception, but I don't like any of the sex scenes in this show, really. Simply because they just got too repetitive. Like, I was kind of like, oh, okay, in like the beginning, but now I'm just like, no, I just became numb to sex scenes. And to be honest, sex scenes in visual media kind of irk me. So the fact that this one, like, surprised me and I could say it's pretty good. So I was surprised in itself. I was just shocked with how, like, well filmed it was. I don't know. I don't want to sound like a creep because I kind of, but it's just one of those things. I'm just like, wow, they did it. They did the do whatever, and yeah, I'm just surprised. And the scene after is probably my favorite scene in the episode with them just talking about it. And yeah, they're friends with benefits now. They're gonna start that because next week's episode, they're gonna do it everywhere. Yeah, as we can see from the promo, I think we're just gonna lead to promo talk a little bit now. They're kissing. They're making out in the bed. They are the car. You know what? I just can't believe they're interacting at this point like this much. But they're exploring the physicalities of the relationship that they haven't even explored before. So let them have fun. They're just having fun in their 20s, just like, you know, Betty said. Like, can't they have a little bit of fun? I mean, they can. Yeah, they're adults. They're two consenting adults. They both want this. Let them go. Let them go. But yeah, it will lead into some unresolved feelings coming back up because, you know, they're enjoying themselves right now, but like the complications is their individual feelings, I think. And even if they both want it and they both want to be with each other and stuff, like, you know, they're gonna question what their relationship is and everything. Like, that's the complications. And, you know, also we might see, you know, jealous Archie and Betty later with like them with other people and stuff. Like, the possibilities of their friends with benefits relationship is just like, wow. Okay, it's going to be interesting going forward. And yeah, the Barchi Diaries is kicking, and the Barchi Diaries is interesting, and the Barchi Diaries is literally, it's got a new chapter, yo. The friends with benefits era, let's go. Yeah, I can talk about them all day. I find them adorable. I find Betty and Archie's relationship adorable from the beginning. It's just, it took them this long to really capture the you know, actually film, like, you know, do their chemistry like a lot. And I'm just like, dang, they really hid this chemistry from us all these years because they barely showed it. And the times that they did show it, it was great. But like, other than with like Bughead and Varchi, which has been long going and just it dragged over a while, we've seen their chemistry and it just faded out of existence for me anyway. The chemistry's just gone because it's just the same stuff that they're doing. Barchi's chemistry is new and exciting because they're exploring something they haven't explored before in terms of their physicalities and just emotions and stuff going through their heads. But yeah. Props to Lily and KJ for filming that scene, and everything else. But, you know, and everybody that worked on this episode and whatnot. Like, props to you guys, wow. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going on with their relationship going forward. I'm in for it. I'm here for the ride. I am here for the ride. But yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I could talk about Bocce all day, but I don't want to bore you guys. But yeah, that is it. My thoughts, my feelings, my ramblings, my utter sanity dropping over episode 5 of Riverdale of season 5, The Homecoming. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, next week is going to be interesting in terms of Barchi development. As well as, you know, the whole stuff with Polly and the school and just them, you know, getting used to being teachers at Riverdale High. Like, what are they going to be in terms of, like, teachers and whatnot. But yeah, just the Barchi stuff I'm most looking forward to. But I'm looking forward to everything else and character development and whatnot. But it's just, the Barchi stuff is, dang, even if it doesn't last for that long, which I hope it still does, like, in terms of, like, if they cut off their friends with benefits relationship, like, have, you know, the development and stuff and still be talking and interacting. Like, that's all I want. But like, the fact that they actually go through with friends and benefits, I'm just like, oh, cool. My eye twitching, me smiling. But yeah, as I said, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for listening, watching, whatever. If you like to check out any of my Riverdale ramblings or reactions, you can check out the playlist below in the cards. If there's anything that I forgot, any additional thoughts, it will be in the description as always. And yeah, check out my other social media if you like to. I don't go on there often, but yeah, check it out if you want to see my like previous ramblings or previous stuff that I liked. yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm still shaking. I'm still kind of shook with this episode. And even a day later, or how many days later, I'm probably never going to be over this episode, to be honest. Like, but yeah, it was a good episode. And yeah, that's it. And I will see you guys next week for episode 6 of season 5. Back to school, and we're going to talk about it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys. Bye.
Don't make me wait now. You knew you were ready for a girl like me. My honey's only sweet if you can take the sting.